Welcome to NRHA Inside Reining and more coverage from the NRHA Futurity and Adequan North American Affiliate Championship, the biggest, most prestigious event in the world of reining from Oklahoma City. This week we have highlights of the $100,000 NRHA World Championship Shootout, the NRHA's largest added money Category 1 class. Belgian Bernard Fonck and Great Sunburst are hoping for a repeat as NRHA Open World Champions, but there is at least one horse and rider pair in striking distance and a herd of others looking for a piece of that $100,000 prize. We'll have highlights. As always, you'll get the chance to play You Be the Judge and tell you how to win prizes on our Inside Reining Facebook page. That's all coming up on NRHA Inside Reining.
It's as intricate as figure skating, as exciting as rodeo. It's reining, the hottest discipline in the horse world. From the early days when eager riders slid their horses whenever and wherever they could, reining has evolved into a sophisticated international sport, taking the world by storm. Join us for the next half hour as we go behind the scenes to meet the people and horses who make reining great. This is NRHA Inside Reining.
Reiners around the globe compete each year for world championships in every category of competition, from beginners to the discipline's top professionals. The NRHA $100,000 World Championship Shootout is for the highest level of professionals and horses 3 years old and older. The competition is not weighted in any way, meaning every rider has an equal chance at the prize money. Winnings in this event do count toward the World Championship, which will be awarded once the competition is finished.
We'd really like to thank Dr. Alan Donnell and Equine Sports Medicine, because without their support the last couple of years, really and truly the $100,000 added World Championship Shootout just would not be possible. And this year, more horses than ever, 37 entries, and it was really an outstanding reining. There wasn't a person I talked to that didn't enjoy the reining. It was a good reining.
Here's our first rider, Andrea Fapani of Scottsdale, Arizona, riding 6-year-old gelding Star for the Chicks, owned by Janet Peterson. Star for the Chicks is a 5-year-old by Smart Starbuck, who was reserve champion at the Southwest Reining Horse Association Open Futurity and the Cactus Classic Open Derby. They lay down a big-time run and start off the night with a huge score to beat, a 227.5 from the judges.
It's a deep class. I mean, it's going to take big scores, and you got to go for it. You know, in these kind of events, you can't hold back. The crowd wants it, and you know, if something happens, it happens. But if not, you know, you got to try everything you can.
Pat St. Ange is riding a 5-year-old stallion named Checks a Million by NRHA $1 million sire New Checks to Cash, and out of the high-producing mare Snippo Checks. Checks a Million is owned by Canadian Robert Thompson. They earn a 221 from the NRHA judges. Here's another 06 stallion, Whiskey and Diamonds, by the NRHA's all-time leading sire Top Sail Wiz, out of Princess in Diamonds, one of the highest-earning daughters of NRHA $3 million sire Shining Spark. Whiskey and Diamonds is owned by Rhodes River Ranch, CDR Farms of Arlington, Washington. Sean Flaherty of Springfield, Ohio, is the NRHA's all-time leading rider. He's in the saddle and knows Andrea has set the bar high with that 227.5, but he tops it by a full 2 points to climb into first.
There's so many great horses in here, so many great riders, so you got to lay it all on the line.
This horse has been so good for so long, always just right there.
He's Mr. Consistent, he's awesome, he's so pretty, he does things so hard. He's awesome.
I hope this will be the big one for him.
I hope so. I mean, he seems to always be second, but whew, he deserves it.
Now here's Stefano Calcagnini, an Italian based in Pilot Point, Texas. He's riding a 5-year-old stallion by Mr. Dual Pep called I'm a Smoking Mister, owned by Shannon Reed. Their score, a 220.
It just makes a pretty good deal, pretty good feeling, and if an open, probably with the best horses out there, and I think we showed good.
Bernard Fonck and Great Sunburst by Einstein and owned by Manuel Bonzano of Italy are the reigning world champions, and they are poised for a repeat. But there is at least one horse and rider pair in striking distance, but Bernard can make that more difficult by earning a big paycheck of his own, and he gets that done. His 2:28 from the judges will slide him into second place right behind Sean Florida and Whiskey and Diamonds.
It's how do you say? I'm really sportive. Outside we are like friends. Inside I want to beat everybody, but I think that's normal because otherwise you don't want to be so good. But I'm really happy with him. I'm really, really happy. Thank you.
Craig Smersall of Overbrook, Oklahoma, is one of the NRHA's elite $2 million riders. He's on Wiz's Katrina, the 2010 Tulsa Open Derby champion owned by San Juan Ranch. Wiz's Katrina is by NRHA Hall of Fame stallion Top Sail Wiz. He and Craig come away with a 221.5.
What do you think about this event?
Well, I love the event. I mean, it gives our old open horses a place to go. I mean, I'm so happy that Alan Donnell and his crew jumped in and stepped up to the plate and give us a good place to come show our horses. There's a lot of money here. It's our first really world open reining here in the States. There's a lot of foreign people here today with Bernard and Rudy hauling horses over there. So, my hat's off to those guys for giving us such a good place to show our horses.
Here's Sean Florida again, riding the 07 stallion Conquistador by Conquistador Wiz. This horse, owned by Augustine and Gaynor Revenberg, won the 2010 Tulsa John Deere Futurity and has since been a finalist in a variety of major NRHA events, but he's not come up with another big win. The score for Conquistador here in the NRHA World Championship Shootout, 223.5.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great horse, and eventually someday I hope he gets everything together. God's a talent. He's an NFL quarterback. He'd throw 4 touchdown passes and throw 3 interceptions.
Is he a head case? Is he hard to show?
He's so physical and he tries so hard, he gets himself in trouble. He always thinks he's going to win everything, and if he would just relax and just say, "Okay, I can be second," he'd win everything. So hopefully he'll get it.
Andrea Fapani is riding 3 horses tonight. This is his second. 2011 NRHA Open Derby champion Tinker with Guns, owned by Rancho Oso Rio. Tinker with Guns is by NRHA Hall of Fame stallion and $1 million sire Gunner. Andrea is currently sitting third behind Sean Florida and Bernard Fonck, but he has enough horse to challenge for the lead, and he does. The judges love what they see and give Andrea and Tinker with Guns a monster score of 231 and the lead.
Love this horse.
He's had a lot of great luck on him.
Yeah, I mean, this year it's been great for him. It's been a strong horse. I didn't train him. Once again, thank you, Randy Paul, for training him so well, but he adapts to my style great. Started showing him just this year at the beginning, and we kept improving, First time out, he was a 226, then 229 at the NRBC. Won the Derby here, 231 at the Rainy by the Bay. I told Pat, let's give him the rest of the year off. We started on him 3 weeks ago, and I said, he's ready for this show. Let's just take him there because it's going to be fun and just keep getting better. He takes care of me.
The next horse into the arena is He's a Shiny Kodo, owned by Holy Cow Performance Horses. NRHA $1 million rider Todd Bergen of Eagle Point, Oregon, piloted the 06 stallion to a 5th place finish in the 2011 NRHA Open Derby. They mark a 220 here.
Right, yeah, it's another place for us to go show these horses. We're always needing more events to show at. So yeah, at the end of the year we can bring our Derby horses here and show them one more time. And yeah, great opportunity for them.
Still to ride, 4 NRHA $1 million riders, including one with the chance to challenge for the World Championship. We'll be back with more from the NRHA 100K right after this.
Now it's time to play
You Beat the Judge!
The NRHA game that allows you to test your judging skills against the professionals. How would you score this maneuver? Find out what the judges say in just a moment.
You're watching NRHA Inside Reining, the first and only show dedicated to the sport of reining. To find out more, go to NRHA.com.
Hi, I'm Matt Mills. We all know that when you're looking for a Western performance horse to buy, it can be a little tricky. You wonder, is this horse really sound? Does he have problems that aren't going to show up until I've owned him for a month? Team Mills wants to help you take the guesswork out of buying your next horse. Everything we sell has been thoroughly vet checked and then ridden by our team for at least 30 days, so we can offer you the most hassle-free horse buying experience you'll ever have. See what we have for sale at mattmillsreining.com. This is my prototype saddle by Continental here. Just taking a look at it here, I mean, this saddle is exactly what I was looking for. I mean, as far as the color, real dark, which kind of a little old school touch to it. Looking at the carving on the tooling here, I mean, that's the attention to detail is just really nice. And then the conchos here, the silver with the black border really pops out from away, and I really like to have things look sharp and look fancy, and this saddle really accomplished that. Most importantly, over the looks, is how the saddle rides. And with the Flex Tree, this saddle is so comfortable. It fits every horse that I put it on. I've tested the saddle out for quite a while now. Extremely durable. Got the looks to go with it. To me, this is the whole package.
Welcome back to Inside Reining. We'll have more highlights of the NRHA $100,000 World Championship Shootout, but first...
Now, here's how the NRHA Judging Committee scores the maneuver.
So how'd you do? Were you as good a judge as you thought you were? I'm Jody Brainerd with the NRHA Judges Committee. Let's take another look. And quietly waiting on his rider. Rider steps him and turns to the right. A little resistance. I would say that he is carrying him around a little bit. That rider is. Got him in hand. Horse's cadence is good. Finish is okay. I am going to call that average 0 for the maneuver score.
To learn more about NRHA judging standards, go to InsideReining.com. Thanks for playing
You Beat the Judge!
Play You Be the Judge and Craigslist on our Inside Reining Facebook page and win prizes. And be on the lookout for our new contest, sponsored by Rios of Mercedes Anderson Bean. Check it out at Inside Reining Facebook. Here's a look at the scoreboard now. Andrea Fapani and Tinker with Guns have taken over the lead from Sean Flaherty and Whiskey and Diamonds. In third is Bernard Fonk riding Great Sunburst. These two were NRHA World Open champions last year and are in the lead for the title again. Since the money earned here in the $100,000 shootout counts toward the World Championship, their strong showing has made it more difficult for the only horse and rider with a chance at knocking them out of the title. Here they are. Three-time Open World Champion Rudy Kronsteiner riding Star Spangled Whiz by Topsail Whiz and owned by Fabrizio Bevilacqua. Rudy's an Austrian rider now based in Freistadt, Germany, and the NRHA's newest $1 million rider. They put together a big-time run, but will it be big enough? The judges give the pair a 2:27, which will tie them for fourth with Andrea Fapani and Star for the Chicks. Bernard Fonk will take the Open World title, but who will take home the top prize of $31,000? Rudy's fellow Austrian Martin Muhlstetter, based in Scottsdale, Arizona, will make a run at it, riding Wimpy's Little Buddy by Wimpy's Little Step and owned by Madeline Roberts. This 7-year-old gelding has more than $230,000 in earnings and was the champion of the inaugural NRBC Classic Challenge. Their 224 will earn them a paycheck tonight, but it will not challenge for the lead.
Well, I don't know. He's a great horse, best horse I ever rode. Yeah.
Will you consider him one of those kind of once-in-a-lifetime sort of horses?
I think so, yeah. I don't think they come much better than that. If you compare him with all those other horses out there, you know, he's maybe a little smaller, but his heart is as big as every one of them, so...
It's the same story for 2010 NRHA Open Futurity champions Jordan Larson and Spooks Got a Whiz, who mark a 224.5. It is enough for a paycheck, but won't change the scoreboard. Jordan was generous enough to donate the saddle he rode in his Open Futurity win for a raffle to benefit Rein in Cancer.
Tell us why you're wearing this bright pink shirt tonight.
Think to wear pink. And my wife told me to.
You guys offered up kind of a special incentive tonight for this event.
We did, yeah. We just, you know, I think that, you know, I've had family members that have had cancer, and, you know, Taylor has too, and, you know, Bob's Custom Saddles and us are both, you know, doing it together, and it was actually their idea, and it's a great, you know, it's a great thing to hopefully help somebody out.
You offered up a rather special saddle.
It is special. I really like it a lot, and I hate to see it go, but, you know, yeah, it's worth it. So it's just a saddle, but it's my favorite saddle.
The one you won the Futurity on, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's
raffling it off, and then the proceeds go
to Rein in Cancer. Yeah.
Coming up, more highlights of the 2011 NRHA $100,000 World Championship Shootout. Don't write off. You're watching NRHA Inside Reining, the first and only show dedicated to the sport of reining. To find out more, go to NRHA.com.
Join the NRHA professionals and non-pros who've experienced the Continental difference.
We've been working on this saddle for over a year now. Well, the first thing is that I got it here at this horse show. I rode in it for the first time just the other day, and it didn't feel new. And I think that's a great testament to the quality of craftsmanship of the saddle, that you can get a brand new saddle, and I'm prepared to show in it this week.
Try one on your horse with the Continental Saddlery Demo Program, and you be the judge. For details, go to ContinentalSaddlery.com.
Remember the past, live in the present, invest in the future. Support the Reining Horse Sports Foundation, the foundation for the sport of reining, established to enhance reining around the world through 5 core programs: development and education, international growth and research, the Dell Wilkeson Crisis Fund for support of reiners in need, programs for the youth of the National Reining Horse Association, and the NRHA Hall of Fame. Learn more at rhsf.com. Thanks for your support.
The secrets of the NRHA judges are revealed in the 2-disc DVD set NRHA Maneuver Standard.
It's not a mystery code.
It's a simple but effective system for the objective evaluation of reining maneuvers.
One of the most respected judging systems in equestrian sports.
The first disc includes judges' comments for all possible scores and the different reining maneuvers.
The second disc gives you a chance to watch a variety of maneuvers and then test your knowledge against the experts.
Order now at InsideReining.com.
Inside Reining Training Secrets is now adding a 5th volume with Craig Smersall on downward speed transition, Todd Summers on training for consistent circles, Danny Pelletier on improving your rollback, Mark Arbaio on the need for giving consistent cues, Del Hendricks and Jet McCoy on using the reining approach to the backup. You can buy Inside Reining Training Secrets 5 for $19.99 plus shipping and handling, or buy multiple Training Secrets DVDs and save up to 20%. Order at InsideReining.com. Welcome back to NRHA Inside Reining and our coverage of the 2011 NRHA $100,000 World Championship Shootout. Andrea Fapani and Tinker with Guns are still on top of the 231, with Sean Flaherty and Whiskey and Diamonds in second, scoring a 229.5. Bernard Fonck, the new NRHA Open World Champion, is sitting third with 228. Now here's Matthew Hudson, 2011 Canadian Trainer of the Year, riding an 06 stallion named It's All About Spark by Jack's Electric Spark and owned by Equine Plus. Their score, a 220.5. Jason Van Landingham of Whitesboro, Texas, rides the 9-year-old mare Wizenoff Sparks, 2008 AQHA Senior Reigning Reserve World Champion, to a 219.5. Wizenoff Sparks is owned by NRHA $1 million owner Roseanne Sternberg.
Yeah, she's a great mare. We just showed her last week in this deal in this arena for the World Show, and she tied for second there and ended up third with the tiebreaker judge, but we just ran the wheels off of her a week ago in there, and so it was a little bit tough on her, but boy, she went in there and stopped huge and came back great in her circles, and I mean, she was fantastic. It's a great mare.
It's another 219.5 for Tom McCutcheon of Aubrey, Texas, riding Chickalina Starbuck by Smart Starbuck and owned by Turnabout Farm.
She would have went in there and turned like she can turn. She can play. Probably not with the top 3 or 4 horses in this class, but she can certainly go market, 225 or 226 and has on several occasions, but she had an off night.
Brett Stone of Cave Creek, Arizona, marks a half-point higher on Smokin' Whiz by Topsail Whiz and owned by Silver Spurs Equine.
Just to be part of it. When we entered up, we're like, man, look at the horses that are in there. But you know what? He belongs in here. And so it's fun to, be part of it. And I haven't shown an open horse in 20 years. And I've been in the industry a long time, but this was really fun tonight, really fun. I was looking forward to it.
Rudy Kronsteiner's back now, riding the legendary Smart Spook, winner of the NRHA Futurity and Derby and AQHA Junior reigning titles. Smart Spook is the highest earning son of NRHA $5 million sire Smart Chickalina and is now 10 years old, but still showing in good form. He and Rudy scored 223.5. So nobody's challenged Andrea Fapani's 231 on Tinker with Guns, but Andrea's up next, riding former NRHA Futurity champion Tari's Designer Jeans. And after that, NRHA $1 million rider Dwayne Latimer's on deck with Tulsa Open Futurity champion Custom Cash Advance. So this is still anybody's game to win. We'll see who gallops to victory in the NRHA $100,000 World Championship Shootout right after this.
Adequan IM is the only FDA-approved joint therapy that contains polysulfated glycosaminoglycan, or PSGAG. Adequan is approved to treat non-infectious degenerative joint disease or osteoarthritis. There are no other PSGAG products approved for your horse's joints. If it doesn't say Adequan on the label, stay clear. The labeled dose for Adequan IM is 500 milligrams administered intramuscularly every 4 days for 7 treatments, or 147. That's 1 vial every 4 days for 7 treatments. Using joint products according to the FDA-approved label instructions assures your horse is receiving the best possible care. During tough economic times, don't compromise on unproven joint products. Put science to work for your horse. Treat joint problems 147. Your ride depends on it.
Do not use in horses intended for human consumption. Studies have not been conducted to establish safety in breeding horses.
We're down to the last 4 horses now in the NRHA $100,000 World Championship Shootout from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Andrea Fapani is leading with a 231 on NRHA Open Derby champion Tinker with Guns. Sean Flaherty is sitting second and Bernard Fonck in third. Andrea's up next on his third horse, former NRHA Futurity Open champion Tari's Designer Jeans. This 8-year-old mare is by Mr. Boomerjack out of NRHA Hall of Fame horse Tari's Little Vintage. She's owned by Rancho Oso Rio. Their score of 221.5 will not change the top of the scoreboard.
This mare, she won the futurity as a 3-year-old, so obviously she was pushed as a 3-year-old, and she just kept going. And you know, that's, to me, that's what a great horse is. Doesn't mean that, you know, they got to mark 230 all the time, but I mean, to me, coming out as a young horse and winning the biggest event we've got, and then being able to stay at the top for 5, 6, 7 years in a row, to me shows that they've got a good heart and you know, a good disposition. This mare was honest through the circles. You know, maybe she wasn't running as straight as I wanted her to the stop, but she still made it up and stuck her legs in the ground and tried hard. And you know, that's what I reward in horses that try. Not so much the fanciness of it, but when they try that hard, you can't ask them for more.
She's always had a lot of heart.
She does. Yeah, she does. You know, and she's a mare that maybe lacks a little bit of look sometimes when you see her in the stall, but when she's in there, she tries her hardest.
Here's Matt Mills now of Scottsdale, Arizona, taking a run at the lead on Wimp My Ride by NRHA $3 million sire Wimpy's Little Step and owned by Gerardo Ramirez. They mark 2:19. Craig Smersall is back now with an 8-year-old mare by Wizard Jack named Miss Little Attitude, winner of more than $107,000. They mark a 223.5.
Pretty fond of Little Attitude because our daughter's name is Addie, and she's just been a great horse, and I can't say enough about her. I mean, she's won a lot of money this year, and she's toted me around the world, so she's a buddy.
This is NRHA $1 million rider Dwayne Latimer of Ardmore, Oklahoma, riding Custom Cash Advance by NRHA $2 million sire Custom Chrome, owned by Luga LLC. Dwayne and Custom Cash Advance have a stellar run and come away with a 228.5, which will be enough to knock Bernard Funk out of 3rd place in the shootout.
Oh, this is an incredible event. As many good horses as there is and great riders, and we added up, just kind of rounded it off, and there's like 3.75 million. So they almost average every horse in here of 100,000. So we got some great horses in here.
Lots of great riders, $1 million riders like you, and futurity champions.
Yep.
Pretty tough company.
Yeah, sure it is. Just like another horse show with us, so huh? We're at a major event. We're all here, so it's just the way it is anymore.
Despite the drop from 3rd to 4th, Bernard Funk and Great Sunburst, owned by Manuel Bonzano, do hold on to the NRHA Open World Championship.
I think my horse deserved to have this title because he's a really nice one. He's a really honest horse, and it was a big thing to come over to show him here because the class was really tough, but I'm really happy my horse did everything what he can. He marked a really nice score. I end up 3rd with him, and he is again the world champion. Last year he did it, this year he did it. It's a great horse.
Here in the $100,000 shootout, the champions are Andrea Fapani and Tinker with Guns, owned by Rancho Oso Rio. Reserve champions are Sean Flaherty and Whiskey and Diamonds, owned by Rhodes River Ranch CDR Farms. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on NRHA Inside Reining in the weeks ahead, coverage of the Reining Horse Sports Foundation Hometown Heroes Slide benefiting the Oklahoma City National Memorial, the Florida Classic Derby, and more. See you then.
Inside Reining is produced by Sandburr Video in cooperation with the National Reining Horse Association.
Bye-bye.
What saddle does NRHA's only $3 million rider Sean Flaherty choose? Bob's. How about $2 million riders Tim McQuay and Craig Smersall? Bob's. How about $1 million riders Dwayne Latimer, Todd Bergen, Del Hendricks, Andrea Fapani, Brent Wright, and Randy Paul? That's right. They all ride Bob's Custom Saddles. Shouldn't you? Great riders deserve great saddles. Bob's Custom Saddles, the official saddle of the NRHA.